Can a 4-word text really revive almost any dead number? Well, watch and find out. Because it's so annoying when you meet a girl that you really, really like and it seems super on, you're texting back and forth, and then wham, out of the blue, she doesn't text you back. You probably start overanalyzing your last text and second guessing yourself and try not to freak out. And hopefully you don't send a lame text like, "Did I say something wrong?" Further sealing your fate of being forever ghosted. Watch to the very end and I'll give you my simple 3-step system to get her to reply back and the 4-word text that I send to revive even the most dead number. My name's Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and this is what to text a girl when she doesn't text you back.
I'm Matt. He has mastered the art of seduction.
Many boot camps encourage men to be assertive.
The woman wants to be turned on. We've done all the testing and we know what works. Berkeley psychologists found that receiving a text message makes people feel more connected and elevates their mood. No shock there, but this might surprise you that the open rate of SMS messages is 99%, yet the reply back rate is only 45%. Which is why I'm first going to give you 3 crucial tips that you need to start implementing right now anytime you don't get a reply back. Tip number 1 is don't stress out about it. So many guys freak out because they have one-itis. They're putting so much importance on this one girl that they're texting, and that if she doesn't reply back, then they're really affected by that. So instead, I recommend have at least 5, if not even 10 girls that you're texting. That might seem like a lot, but remember, it doesn't mean you're dating all of these girls. These are just girls that you're interested in and that you're trying to get a date with. You might only get dates with like 3 or 4 of them, but the point is if one doesn't reply back, you still have a few other options. And not only that, but make sure you have an interesting lifestyle, a cool lifestyle, at least have a job and other things that you're focusing on so that getting a date with this one girl or any of these girls that you're texting isn't the most important thing in your life. Make sure to have other things that are more important than girls. Now, it's one thing if she's your wife or a long-term relationship, but I'm talking about girls that you just met, that maybe you haven't even gone on a real date with. And just the fact that you're worrying so much about it makes you needy, even if she doesn't see that you're pacing around your apartment waiting for her to text you back. She doesn't see that needy behavior, but mentally you're still putting her on a pedestal. You're becoming more and more needy about this particular girl, and when you eventually do either write back to her, you might end up sending a really needy text, or when you finally end up seeing her, you've put so much investment and mental energy towards her that you might end up being really needy and push her away. Because the fact is, she might just be busy. Maybe she's on an African safari and she doesn't have any cell reception. Or maybe she saw your text and she had every intention to text you back, but she just didn't feel like it at that exact moment and then just forgot about it. One time I was hanging out with my girlfriend and she got a text from her best female friend and she had every intention to text her back but just didn't feel like it in the moment. I forget, we were doing something else at the time, and she didn't end up replying to her best friend for an entire week. And that's her best friend who has a lot of value and importance in her life. So imagine you, the new guy in her life, you don't have that much significance, so she doesn't really have a lot of obligation to text you back. Remember, women base a lot of what they do based on how they feel in that moment. So she may not feel like texting you back, so what? Try again, and maybe next time she'll feel like texting you back. Which brings me to the next point, is don't text back immediately. What happens with most guys is they're texting back and forth maybe every 5 or 10 minutes. It's going great. It seems super on. The guy is getting super excited. Then girl just starts doing something else. She gets busy or she doesn't have cell service and the guy starts freaking out. 30 minutes have gone by. An hour has gone by. So he texts her, "Hey, are you busy?" And 30, 40, maybe an hour or two goes by, no reply, and he texts, "Okay, cool." Which obviously means it's not cool and that he's a little bit affected by it. Instead, I don't even do a lot of back and forth texting. I just use texting to set up the date, not to get to know each other and have all this banter back and forth. That just uses a lot of time, and you should have other things going on in your life, like I said before, instead of just texting girls all day long. So I recommend you send the text and you forget about it. You put your phone on silent and then you check it when you're free. Go about your day, do other things, be on your mission and purpose, and then when you're bored and relaxing, then you check your texts. And that will really help you from ever over texting her. And then if you don't get a text back, just wait a day or two and send another text. And I'll talk about those exact texts that you could send in just a second. And a good rule of thumb is if you send a text and you don't get a reply back, then just wait a day or two to text her again. Don't keep texting her and asking her what's wrong. Now, I understand if it's your long-term girlfriend, that's a little bit different. But again, we're talking about new girls in your life here. They should not be that important. And if you catch yourself stressing about some new girl in your life, do other things, occupy your mind, and one of the best things is get out there and meet more women so you have more options. But just because she didn't text you back one time, don't give up and delete her number. And balance is key here. Just because she didn't reply back one time doesn't mean all is lost. Remember, 45% of the time people don't reply back. So you need to be persistent, but without sending her a bunch of texts and coming off as needy. By the way, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe. And tip number 3 is to use social media to your advantage. Because if you also have her Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat, then she can see that you live an interesting life, that you're traveling, or that you're speaking on stage, or that you're hanging out with a group of friends, or she might even see that you're with other women, that you're going on dates and hanging out with other girls, which can make her more interested, and it doesn't seem like you're just sitting at home waiting for her to reply back. You're living your life, which you should be. Plus, maybe she started dating somebody else and she's not really as interested in you anymore because of her new relationship, but that relationship might only last a few weeks or even a few months. And if she keeps seeing your lifestyle and she keeps seeing your pictures and your posts, then you're on her radar and she might just randomly text you back when she's single again. I've used this to my advantage many times when I'm traveling and I see no point in texting a girl when I'm not going to be back in that city for a year or two, but when I do come back, she remembers me and she asks me all these questions about my travels because she saw all my pictures, and it keeps me on her mind and on her radar. And it's like, it keeps the fire still warm. It's not a full blazing fire anymore, but you just need to stir it a little bit and you can easily reignite it. All right, now we need to get her to reply back. So here are 3 simple steps. First, remember, it doesn't mean anything. Just wait a day or two and then send another text. That next text shouldn't be like what happened to you or anything like that. It should just be something simple, something short, and something random. It could be a fun question like, if you had any superpower, what would you have? Or if we could travel anywhere in the world, where would we go? By the way, I like the word we instead of you because it creates a sense of togetherness. Or send her a random picture because remember, pictures speak 1,000 words. It can be a meme that somebody sent you, it can be a cute animal that you saw or found off the internet, because women love cute animals. It could be maybe you're walking down the street and you saw a bum with a funny sign. You could send her a picture of that, or anything else that's interesting, funny, or exciting that has happened to you that day or maybe that week. Or you can try a funny role play text like, hey, I'm bored, let's go rob a bank. I've used that many times and it definitely gets a reply. Just anything kind of fun, not too serious, that just gets the conversation going again so that you can go for a date and meet up with her. And I have even better examples than this in my free texting cheat sheet. If you don't have it yet, grab a copy. There's a link down in the description. Now, let's say she doesn't reply back. Now, you still might not be in damage control yet. Maybe she's super busy. Maybe she's out camping and she doesn't have good cell service. Maybe she lost her phone. Maybe. But there's also, of course, a chance that she's just not that interested. And there's only one way to really find out, and that's step number 2 is wait 2 to 4 days so that you don't seem too needy or eager, and then send a bait text. A bait text is just a text that baits her to reply back. Something like, I think you have a confession to make, ... Now she's probably going to want to know what that confession is, so she'll probably write back and ask, what is it? And one option is to say, I think you love me. And if she definitely doesn't love you or even like you, then she'll probably let you know. And at least now you can move on. Or you can go more the role-playing route and say, I think I saw you last night peering through my bedroom window trying to sneak a peek. You're so bad. It's kind of funny, kind of gamey, but if she laughs, if she's into it, that's great, you're back on track. Or if she says definitely not, then maybe she's not so interested and you might want to cut your loss. Another example of a bait text is, I just realized what animal you remind me of. And if she asks what animal, then send her a picture of a really cute animal. Now, if that doesn't work, then you're definitely in damage control, meaning, there's obviously a good chance she's just not interested at all, but it doesn't really hurt to send one more text. Now, if she still doesn't reply back, then you can still do a last-ditch effort if you so wish, which is step number 3, wait 4 to 6 or 7 days and send her these 4 words. Are you still alive? ? No emoji, just are you still alive ? You'll be surprised at how often you will get a reply back. Oftentimes it's just a reply like, yep, which means delete that number, don't text her back anymore. And of course, if she doesn't reply back, then just delete the number. But if she answers with, oh my god, I've been so busy, or I lost my phone, who is this? Then there's still a chance. Don't over-text her, but send her some more fun, playful text, because that will boost the attraction. She'll see that you're a fun guy, which means she's more likely to meet up with you, because she knows you'll be fun in person. And if you need more playful text to boost the attraction, along with challenging text to make her chase you a little bit, and even texts that turn her on, then make sure to get a free copy of the free texting cheat sheet. There's a link down in the description and to the right of the screen. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit that bell notification icon. And we also have live boot camps all around the world, so if you want to know how to meet women in person, on the street, or any situation, then check out our boot camp schedule. My name is Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'll see you in the next video.